Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuhu, and a very good morning to one and all. Now today in English subject we are going to see the remaining part of the lesson 2.3, connecting the dots. Let us revise some of the parts so that we connect the things again. Now Steve Jobs, he is an American entrepreneur. He was an American entrepreneur, business magnate, inventor and industrial designer. He was the chairman, chief executive officer and a co-founder of Apple's company. Now he is telling here or narrating here the three stories of his life, which has lot of morals for the people to understand. Now these all things which he is saying or speaking or narrating is an commencement speech given by Steve Jobs to graduates of Stanford University in 2005. In this he talks about his college experience, about getting fired from Apple's, his love and his brushes with death. We can watch Steve Jobs giving his speech on the YouTube as well. Now, the first story which we had started was regarding he becoming a dropout from the Reeds College and then continuing to be drop-in for 18 months there and then continuing there for 18 months, and within that time he had lot of sufferings as he was financially not so strong. He was not having his own room to sleep, so he was sleeping on the hostel room of a friend on the floor. Then he had to return the Coke bottles for 5 cents deposit and would walk 7 miles across the town every Sunday night to get one good meals a week. Further we move on to see that at Reeds College the courses which were offered, one of them was calligraphy, which made a very good help for Steve in his later life. So we see that the typography which is there in the serif and sans serif typefaces, that is all he has been taken from the calligraphy which he had learned at Reeds College at that time. After 10 years, when he was designing for the Macintosh computers, he had very well inserted this typography in it because of calligraphy which he had learned by him during the Reeds College as a drop-in. Then we further move on that this person, he makes us understand that at the time when we are suffering from the things, we are not able to understand why we need to connect the dots there, right? So when we go through that experience, we are not understanding why these sufferings are there in our life, but when later on when we come up after 10 or 15 years, we understand that by looking backward we can understand that why that thing was there in our life. Okay, so here that is what is the meaning of connecting the dots. Whatever the experiences which we have gone through, that makes an effect on us for a lifetime, and that makes us understand the things why we were in that situation at that time. Okay, but he was an optimistic, a very positive minded person, always hardworking, creative person. So with the help of his courage and determination, he went through that sufferings, and later on in the second story we see that Steve Wozniak is a person with whom he is very much close, and they both started from the garage repairing the computers till making a 2 billion company. And then after that a sudden shock came to Steve Jobs. That was a devastating shock. I got fired. I got fired means he was being removed from the job, or he had lost the job. But something slowly began to dawn on him. Something slowly began to dawn on him, something became clear on him, that I still loved what I did, and so I decided to start over. So then again he started, because as he was an optimistic, creative minded, positive person, then he again started, and with that he ended up into making of the Pixar. Pixar is the world's most successful animation studio. Now again Steve Wozniak stretched his hand of friendship towards Steve Jobs. Why? Because he wanted Apple to have connected with the Pixar. Okay, as it was a very well developed technology, and then they together had renovation of Apple's company, that is called as Renaissance, that is the rebirth or revival. Okay, in the meantime Steve Jobs found his life partner Lauren, and they have a wonderful life. Till here we had completed. Okay, now let us see further. Sometimes life hits you in the head with a brick. Hits you in the head with a brick means gives a great shock suddenly. Suddenly sometimes the shocking things happen, or sometimes we are shocked to see some things which we are not expecting that way. Okay, don't lose faith. The only way to do great work is to love what you do. If you haven't found it yet, keep looking. Don't settle. Okay, so he's telling that continuously you work hard and you enjoy your work. That only you can get the satisfaction in that work. Now the first story was regarding his college life and the difficulties there. The second life was regarding he becoming a 2 million company owner, then again got fired, and then again doing the search and becoming again joined with Apple's because of Pixar. Okay, then this is the third story which he is telling. Now here he says sometimes life hits you in the head with a brick. That means a great shock, suddenly shock. What shock we are going to see now. If you haven't find it, the only way to do great work is to love what you do. If you haven't found it yet, keep looking. Don't settle. Don't settle means don't be calm. Just go on searching for that work. My third story is about death. About a year ago, I was diagnosed with cancer. Diagnosed means many pathological things are there, many x-rays are taken, and it's a medical term, diagnosed. That means he was being analyzed for the disease and he was suffering from cancer. My doctor advised me to go home and get my affairs in order. Now this is an American phrase here, get my affairs in order. That means the doctor said him that you settle down all your things because your death is near. You prepare for the death, which is doctor's code for prepare to die. I lived with that diagnosis all day. Now whenever a person gets this kind of severe disease, he is having lot of tension. So he in his mind was just continuously thinking regarding this kind of problem which we was suffering. Later that evening I had a biopsy. Biopsy means a very small part or a cell from the body is taken, and then it is been analyzed. All the tissues are being, or the cells parts are being checked for that disease. That is called as biopsy. I had a biopsy. It turned out to be a very rare form of pancreatic cancer that is curable with surgery. So it was a pancreatic cancer which can be cured with the help of the surgery. I had the surgery and I am fine now. So he says that now I am very much comfortable because I have been gone through the surgery. This was the closest. Regarding what he is telling regarding the death. He had to face that kind of situation in which he understood that he was about to die, and then he came back from the death. How? Because he was being cured with the help of the surgery. The pancreatic cancer was being removed from his body and he got well again. So he says, this was the closest I have been to facing death, and I hope it's the closest I get for a few more decades. Having lived through it, I can now say this to you. Your time is limited, so don't waste it living someone else's life. Okay? You have a limited time period with you, so always live your own life. Don't get pressurized by the people around you or the people who will tell you or direct you their way to live. Don't be trapped by dogma. Dogma means a belief or a set of beliefs held by a group of organization which others are expected to accept without argument. People need to move according to the direction of these people. Okay? So don't be pressurized by the people's thinking. Do whatever you want to do, whatever you like to do. Don't let the noise of others' opinion drown out your own inner voice. Whatever your inner feelings, whatever your feelings are there, you just make it out. And most important, have the courage to follow your heart and intuition. That means you should always be having courage in you. And whatever your mind, whatever your heart thinks, you have to follow that. Drown out means be louder than another sound and prevent it being heard. So don't let others pressurize you. Do whatever you want to do in your life. They somehow already know what you truly want to become. Okay? So this is what he makes you understand. Now the last paragraph he is addressing. When I was young, there was an amazing publication called the Whole Earth Catalogue. In the final issue of the back cover, they put a photograph of an early morning country road. Beneath it were the words, "Stay hungry, stay foolish." It was their farewell message as they signed off. I have always wished that for myself, and now, as you graduate to begin anew, I wish that for you. Stay hungry, stay foolish. What does it mean? It's a very important statement. Stay hungry, stay foolish. That means always keep wanting something more for you. Always keep an open mind. Never think you know everything. Start learning the things, more and more things in your life, so that you can in a better way manage the things. And always be positive in your life. So here is what Steve Jobs has said, addressed to the college students. Alhamdulillah, with this we finish this lesson. Inshallah, we'll do the workshop next time. Jazakallah.